Thank you for watching. We are Boys on Film. Raj is here.
Hey Phil.
We are talking about our favourite TV shows of 2017, and we are up to number 2. David Lynch, the master of weirdness.
Twin Peaks.
After 26 years, it is back. Obviously, we've seen the series already. Well, most of us have. Did you watch it?
Man, I feel so bad now because you know what? I haven't watched season 3 yet. See, what I told myself that I would do when the new season of Twin Peaks would come out is I would rewatch season 1 and season 2, and I have them all remastered on Blu-ray and the movies and the deluxe set and everything, and I just haven't done it yet. So,
that's a shocker.
I know, because I felt like I've forgotten a lot since Twin Peaks came out.
I did, absolutely.
So,
I had to dip back into the old series.
So I didn't feel like I could go into season 3 without revisiting season 1 and season 2, and now it's on your number 2 on your list, and I'm so sad I haven't seen it yet.
My mind was just completely fried after watching this. It was 18 episodes, which I think nowadays I think you would get 10 max, wouldn't you, with a series? And it's a sort of thing that was spread. I know exactly why he's done it, because I think he needed space to tell the story.
Yeah,
a lot of it still doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but I think that's the beauty of David Lynch, though, isn't it? Because you almost create your own story in your head.
Okay, well, I have them all. They're sitting in my queue to watch.
Yeah.
I have an upcoming plane ride, so I might just watch them all on the plane ride.
It's such a big task, though, isn't it? Because there's so many previous episodes.
Yeah.
I don't think you can digest all of it either, because it's such a weird show that I think it just mentally exhausts you in a good way.
Well, let's get into it. What was so good about Twin Peaks season 3? Why did you like it so much?
It wasn't expected. I think it was a series that was unique in its own way. It didn't really rely on digging up all the old tricks.
Yeah.
I think there was obviously some tricks that he used that were familiar to fans of Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
You see Sherilyn Fenn and you see Cheryl Lee back, but you don't see enough of them.
Okay.
It's not the obvious trick of using them as the main characters, because you don't really see them that much at all. Everyone talks about episode 8, which is so trippy. There are scenes that go on for minutes that don't really go anywhere, but it's just visual effects and weirdness. That stands out as one of the most effective episodes. And obviously he's using the soundtrack to great effect, David Lynch, because he always does. It's like weird bangings and clattering noises and very metallic stuff that will just put your back up and just make you feel uneasy. And I love that about him. I love the fact that he does things his own way as well. David Lynch, as a director and as a creator of TV shows, he doesn't conform to how you should have a TV show, because I think originally the producers were wanting him to do an 8-10 episode series, and he said, no, I'm doing 18 because it needs to have space. It needs to have breathing space to. I like
that he's so adamant about having that creative space to get what has to get done out of his head.
Absolutely.
And onto film. Probably a bit difficult for people trying to manage his budgets and time, but I'm glad that he demands that sort of creative space. One thing I really liked about the marketing of Twin Peaks this year is there's lots of R Cafe pop-ups all over the States this year. Shame they didn't do that in London. Maybe they did and I missed it, but I saw at South by Southwest they had the R Cafe and the Twin Peaks experience there this year, which was a queue out the door for people trying to get in, and they had musicians that were inspired by Twin Peaks doing live music there, and the gift shop where you could buy all the Twin Peaks stuff and merch, and they were giving out free cherry pies, which was fantastic.
I love that. It's big business, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they also did that in LA, and I saw a lot of my friends posting on Facebook at the Twin Peaks experience, and I thought that was a really interesting way to engage with the community.
I've got good news.
Is there room to expand the Twin Peaks universe in this?
Okay. Yeah, apparently David Lynch has said, I will never say never. So he hasn't ruled it out. And I think the way it finishes, and it's such an unconventional way that they finished it as well. You just think, what? It's almost like you're on the cliff edge and you're left there suspended. It's like, I can't believe he finished it like this. But the more I thought about it since it finished, the more it makes sense that I'm glad that he's done that, because it makes you question things.
My number 2 TV show of this year is an Amazon show that I binge watch for every season when it comes out. It just has that quality about it that you have to see each episode as it unfolds, and I stay up late to watch it. It's Transparent.
I didn't enjoy this series as much as I have previously.
Yeah.
But I think it's still an important TV show.
I just really loved this year, and they all went to Tel Aviv and Israel to discover their roots, and the fact that Moira actually just found her father there, which is a bit unexpected. It's quite interesting to me, and I don't know what it is about the show, but the characters are so flawed and so dysfunctional and so a bit selfish in a way too, that I'm really drawn to them. I have nothing in common with these characters at all, but every season has just been wonderful, and the fact that this type of show even exists today is a testament to how far we've come as a society.
Yeah, I agree. I love their flaws. I think that makes them real, because I think if they painted the picture of them being perfect, the perfect family, it would be boring, wouldn't it? I think it's great that they've identified so many different problems that they all face, and I think it's a really current show too. I think it's really important show for that reason, I think.
I'm a little bit upset because, very controversially, Jeffrey Tambor has had sexual harassment charges, charges or allegations brought up against him.
He's left the show.
And he's left the show, and I'm like, oh, that's horrible for the show. I just hope that the producers of the show can find a way to continue the story, because he's the mother of the show, essentially. And
is he your favourite character in Transparent?
No, it's the youngest daughter is. She's just so messed up, as the youngest child, and she's constantly trying to figure herself out, and she compares herself to the brother and the sister. She's definitely my favorite, but it's hard for me to visualize the show not going on without Jeffrey Tambor.
So I was thinking of Jeffrey. I should have said, is she your favourite character? But I was thinking of him as the actor.
No, definitely my favourite character is the youngest daughter.
Yeah. See, I think her character, that's the centrepiece, because she is the backbone of the family in a way, because she's the strong one that's trying to hold them all together, because they're all kind of fighting around her and falling apart around her. I see her as the strong character. But
what could happen that I think could be interesting for the show going forward is, maybe Moira could die, and maybe Judith Light's character could step more into the spotlight, because I've never felt they've given the Judith Light character the spotlight she deserves. And
she's hilarious.
At the end of season 2, she has her own stand-up show, and there's a very richness and a depth to her that makes the show what it is,
and a vulnerability as well. You see her as this crazy woman,
she's totally bonkers,
who seems in control of holding the family together, but she's like off on a tangent.
But there's something interesting there, and I hope that if they do continue the show going forward, I hope they do, because I just adore the show and everything that it stands for, and bringing trans visibility into the spotlight, and giving a platform to say something. I hope they can find a way that they can do the show without compromising its integrity, really.
And the short episodes too, the 20 minutes again.
I know, it's like, it's so easy to binge watch, really. And the interesting thing about, Amazon probably doesn't have the same sort of stronghold on TV on demand that like Netflix does, but I hope that they can take the show and push it forward and continue to push the button a bit with the type of content they're producing, because there's a lot of room for that, I think, with Amazon, and and the type of shows that they do. But this show, for them to have the show go away, would be a big hit to Amazon and the community that they built up around it. So
I like the fact that there's a lot of humour in it too, because it's quite a dark story overall. I think they're all facing different problems, and the problems they face are quite dark. But I like the fact that it's not too jokey. The humour in it, it's kind of self-deprecating almost, isn't it? They're funny because they're taking the piss out of themselves.
Completely fascinating, though. Completely fascinating. So it would be a terrible tragedy if I didn't include Transparent season 3 on my top 5 list.
I feel bad that it's not in my top 5 actually, because it is important for so many reasons.
Well, if we agreed on all the same thing of everything, then it wouldn't be much to this show. Yeah.
So we're back with our number one favourite TV show of 2017. What on earth could that be, Raj Rudolph?
I think you're going to be kind of shocked about my number one, actually.
I can't wait to find out.